And hello. And this is the Legacy Insights Podcast. And I am your host, Mov'n Mike. And tonight is a milestone episode number 20. Can you believe that, folks? Episode number 20. Reset, rebrand to expand in 2026. I'm telling you, this is going to be a mind blowing episode. I've got my trusty show notes here. So let me go ahead and get started. Listen, as you know, I'm your host, Moving Mike. This is the Legacy Insights Podcast. Listen, we're here to discuss entrepreneurship, financial strategies, to guide you to your goals and dreams. Simply put, we're going to provide the insight to get your mind and your money right. We're going to be covering topics, tips, tricks, interviews, all types of financial strategies. Those interviews are going to be covering from a range of simple lifestyle hacks to financial literacy improvement. Interviews with business owners, entrepreneurs, or every level of the business spectrum, from beginners to experienced business people, looking to just provide you all that insight to help you to get your mind and your money right. I want you to consider a few things over the next 30, 40 minutes that we're going through this information. This information jam packed. Get your pens and your paper out, right? Make sure that you're writing down these nuggets, because this show is about influencing you to take action. This show is about call to action. This is just me providing insight, right? So that you can go out there and do the things that you need to do for yourself, your family, your business, and those loved ones, and your employees, your coworkers, your future, the future that you're creating right now, that legacy, right? So here it is. My goal is to assist you in becoming a better informed entrepreneur and get you financially free. So, listen, it's time to get smarter. Let's go ahead and do this. All right. So I got my trusty show notes here. Right. Episode 20, reset, rebrand to expand in 2026. This episode is to help you mentally, emotionally, strategically reset your foundation, rebrand your identity and your business, and expand your influence and income and impact in 2026. So, welcome back, Legacy Builders. This episode is all about preparing for expansion in 2026. That's really what it's about. Okay. Um, you need to know and reflect briefly on what 2025 was for you. What did you learn? What needs to change? Expansion doesn't start with action. It starts with alignment. Okay. So I hope you got that. Expansion doesn't start with just action. It starts with alignment. So I talked about, first you have the thought, it moves to your heart, then it comes out your mouth, and then it becomes an action. So you have to, all those areas of your being have to be in alignment. What is your goal, right? So a lot of times you'll hear, or my mentor will tell me, start with the end, the goal in mind, and work your way back, right? Because then you'll know the steps it takes to achieving that goal, right? That's just really what it's all about. So I'm going to help you clear your mind. Today's discussion, we're going to be discussing mental reset, life and relationship renewal, business rebranding, and strategic expansion. So uh, I'm going to help you clear that mindset and clear that mental clutter and reconnect with purpose. So I got a few things here, that we're going to just touch on, and I'm just going to ask you a question. What does it mean to reset? Uh, it's not really starting over, but it's starting out with a fresh new clarity of vision. So these are some signs you need to mentally reset. So let me these are signs that you need a mental reset. So if you're anything like me, you put a lot on the plate, and then you're trying to juggle all the plates. And I'm telling you, this episode is not only to share with you, but also for me to reflect on as well. Because guess what? We're all trying to get to that next level, right? And hey, let me tell you, it's not easy. That's what this show is all about, providing insight to get your mind and your money right. So these are some signs you need a mental reset. The first one is if you're feeling some fatigue, we're all there. We're burning the candle at both ends. We got families. We got the jobs. We got the 9 to 5s and the 5 to 12s. The kids, the wife, um, the yard work. The key there is delegation. If you're feeling that fatigue, what can you actually delegate? And we're going to get more into some of these solutions, right? But if you got some mental fatigue, you need to check it out. But these are some signs of mental reset. If you're feeling some emotional numbness, like, wow, people can't get through to you because, like, you just got so much of that cognitive load there, right? I got to get this done. The boss wants me to get this done. The employees are on my back. I've got these deadlines to meet in my business, and it's crushing me, right? And you're just feeling numb from all that weight. Time for a mental reset. You start to procrastinate. You got a lot on your plate, but you're just searching for that moment to breathe, right? That woosah moment, if you know where I'm coming from, that woosah moment. The kids are screaming. The wife has got the honeydew list. She's like, hey, when is that thing going to take off? When is it going to put some money in this house? Right? The boss is on your back if you got that 9 to 5, and then you're trying to get this business launched, and you just like, hey, I'm going to fall back and I'll get to it. They say that's what's the biggest nation in the world? Procrastination. We got to get past that. If that's a sign that you may need a mental reset. And then, of course, last but not least, loss of direction. You got all these things going on, and you're like, man, what do I do next? I've got so many irons in the fire. What do I need to prioritize? Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there right now, a little bit ahead of schedule. You don't list your priorities. You prioritize your list. Don't schedule priorities, prioritize your schedule. I hope you're getting that. Because everything is important. Everything is due right now, but what's most impactful? What's going to get the biggest bang for your time, energy, and what's required on the due results? What's going to be required there? So there you go. If you're feeling this feeling like you need a mental reset, check out those 4 things. Check for those 4 things in yourself, and then start to take these things down. All right. In the science of renewal, the brain thrives on novelty and intentional pauses. So we need that space to give us some clarity. So I'm already just telling you, the brain thrives on novelty and intentional pauses. So you got to understand what that's doing for you, and if it's hurting you or it's not hurting you. How do you get yourself moving? There's top five mental exercises for resetting I want to share with you. The first one is the 72-hour reflection rule. You take 3 days to step back from major decision making. Observe your mental chat. Observe that mental chatter. Now, I said to you earlier when we first got started, I hope you got your pens and your paper out. This is groundbreaking strategies to reset, rebrand, and expand in 2026. Okay, I already gave you the 4 signs of mental fatigue. You need a mental reset. Now I'm giving you 5 exercises for that resetting. The first one, 72 hours, 72-hour reflection rule. You're going to take 3 days to step back from major decisions, and observe the mental chatter. That's they say that the itty bitty committee up there between your ears, right? You want to take some notes down. What's going on up in there? I call it a mind dump. Sometimes you just got to dump out whatever's on your mind, and believe me, when you do that, sometimes it's not as big as you think, or bad as you think, or as much as you think it really is. We project, we tell ourselves stories, we start believing our own narrative, right? So the second exercise is called the identity audit. Ask, who have I become, and what is that to who I want to be in the next year? So, right, you got to ask yourself some questions. Who have I become, and what is that who I want to be next year? So this is about visualization. Once you get it in your mind, and this is what I talked about, it's in your mind. You've got to visualize it. Then it goes to your heart. Then it comes out your mind and out your mouth, and you speak it into existence. As a man thinketh, right? There's some books I'm going to be this. It's the top 20 books I really want to get to that everyone should read. And these are some of these principles are in these books that I'm speaking to. Right. The third exercise is called the digital detox. Do I need to say any more than that? Digital detox and silence practice. Disconnect to reconnect. Bam. Dropping it like it's hot. There's a mic drop moment right there. Right. Um, it's a digital detox, people. If you check your cell phone and you look for the amount of time you spend on your cell phone, it will tell you it is time to detox. Between all the scrolling, all the email, all the meetings, all the video taking, all the video watching, right? You have to detox so that you can rebound. Here we go. 4, future self visualization. Picture your ideal 2026 self in vivid detail. I just told you it's a mind game, it's a mind reset. Whatever you can visualize, you can bring it to life. See yourself as you want to be. Then start becoming that individual. Start doing the things that that type of individual will need to do to self actualize. And then, the fifth mental exercise is the 3-column exercise. You're going to write down what to keep, what to release, and what to renew in your mindset. Okay, that's huge. That's huge. You got to write down what to keep, what to release, and what you renew in your mindset. See, I'm going to just say it. Before you can expand externally, you must contract internally. So we're always looking to do more. We're always looking to become more. But if we do not look inside internally, get in alignment, get rid of some of that stuff, that garbage that we tell ourselves, that people put into us or try to put on us, right? We got to get rid of that load, that cognitive load, do a mind dump so that we can clear out some of that clutter so that we in contract, get real focused so that we can expand. So we got to take the time to breathe, think, and realign. That alignment is key. I hope you're taking this down. I hope you're taking this down because this is where we really are. This is where we are. I'm tonight. I'm just giving it all I got on this whole rebranding. We got to start thinking proactively. All right. So here, I'm going to share a personal moment with you. I had a dream the other night, and that is the reason for this episode. And in this dream, I was being called up to the main stage of a conference. So I'm way up in the back, right? And I'm being called down to the main stage, to do my presentation, to give my words of encouragement and mentorship to the audience so that I can help those who want to be helped. And as I was going down to the main stage, I kept getting lost. I kept getting lost. Every which way I would take a corridor to get to the main stage, either I was running into a dead end, or I would come up in the arena away from the main stage. And I'm saying, like, how am I keep ending up here? What's going on? And then when I would actually start to get closer to the stage as I'm making my way, people would jump in my way from the seats in the audience, and they would stand up in my way and push me back from the main stage and like run my pockets and like taking things from me. And I'm saying, like, what is going on? Why don't you want to, let me get to the main stage? And then I thought about it. It's the cognitive load. A lot of irons in the fire, trying to serve, to be of service, right? The weight of that can be enormous. I want to deliver. I want to be able to deliver for you, for me, for our families. And then those loads, they get in the way. And I interpreted it today, and I said, you know what? That's a clear message that I need to reset, get some clarity, rebrand, so I can expand in 2026. I'm telling you, this is how this thing works. And I'm going to be upscaling. See, because in that expansion for 2026, I'm going to be upscaling. This show, I'm in this box, right? I'm in this box, right? I can go to this side, I can go to this side. But guess what? I'm taking this show on the road. I'm bringing it straight to you. That's what I want to do in 2026. I'm going to get out of this box, right? I'm going to get out of this box. We got to expand. We got to expand. We got to know that, hey, this is the show that needs to be on the road. I got to bring it to you so that you can bring it to the world, right? So you can take you and go to that next level. It's all about expansion in 2026 and beyond. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm really excited about what is coming next. Upscaling, taking this show on the road, bringing it directly to you. Hey, while we're talking about it, hit that subscribe button, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button at Legacy Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Mov'n Mike. Scan that QR code, take that financial overview, get the help that you need, get the information that you're searching for, so that we can all get our minds and our money right. Let's keep this thing going. The goal for everyone here is to take a moment to address the emotional, relational, and the environmental reset strategies. Okay, I'm dropping some nuggets here. I'm hoping you got your pens and your paper out. Then I want you to start acting. It's enough to write it down. It's enough to know it. But I talked about that financial intelligence, right? Financial literacy is not enough anymore. You got to apply that financial intelligence. There's a whole bunch of IQs. I'm going to go into those too. There's emotional IQ. There's mental IQ, right? There's maturity IQ. Oh, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, right? This thing's got levels to it. It's got levels to it, right? So I'm going to give you three lenses to look through. It's the first one is self. You got to know where you're coming from. And I tell people all the time, listen, I need people. I need you. I need you to go to the comments. I need you to tell me what it is that you like about what you're hearing. I need you to go to the comments and tell me what you don't like about what you're hearing. Tell me what you want to hear more about. That's what this show is about. It's about you and about how I can be a better tool to give you the information that you're looking for. Right? Listen, the only person I can't see coming is me. Right? I can hear everybody else. I can see, like, oh, wait a minute, who's this dude? Who's this woman? They talking crazy right now. But what about me? Sometimes I might be off sometimes. I need y'all to check me. I need you to say, Michael, listen, I want to hear more about these financial strategies. I want to hear more about this retirement planning. I want to hear more about how to get my credit score right. I need to hear more about like this mindset thing, right? Why am I not in alignment? Why am I not guarding, I got the right tools to guard my financial foundation, right? Why am I not taking responsibility for my life? Because we're going to dive into all that, right? So the self, this is the first lens I need you to look at is self. Reassess daily habits and routines. Do your habits match your goals? Alignment is what coming out your mouth matching the actions that you're putting in. I was with a mentor the other day. He said, work like your life depends on it and pray like God is going to deliver on it. I believe that's exactly how it went. Work like your life depends on it and pray like God's going to deliver on it. The creator, right? You want to call him God, you want to call him Allah, you want to call him, you know, Yahweh. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. So the second lens is circle. Audit your relationships. Relationships are everything. They said your network is your net worth. The five closest individuals next to you are the equivalents of you. So if you've got four broke friends, you will be the fifth. If you got four friends reaching up to do more, you will be the fifth. If you've got four successful friends, believe me, you will be the fifth because everybody is doing what they need to do or not. Okay, so you got to circle, audit your relationship. Who adds to your peace? Who drains your purpose? You got to know these things. I have an absolutely not list. Things I will absolutely not negotiate with when it comes to my time, my life, my environment, my circle. I don't do drunk and I don't do crazy. I don't You could miss me with all that because it's not productive. Right? When you start talking crazy, start talking, like I said, I can see everybody coming but me, right? So I've got real keen ears and eyes to what's going on around me and what I'm hearing. So as soon as I start hearing that nonsense, I'm out. So here we go. You got to audit your circles. And then third, space. Environment shapes your behavior. Refresh your workspace, home, and surroundings. Alignment. I don't know. Listen, I believe that's one of the strongest pillars in the legacy framework. Alignment. It's almost like the centerpiece and the foundational support to the legacy framework. The six pillars. Okay, I'm telling you, I'm going to be dropping. I'm going to be dropping the ebook and the workshops soon. Right. I want everyone within the sound of my voice and everyone that you share these episodes with to have this information to get their mind and their money right. Right. I just said environment shapes your behavior. Your five closest friends or four closest friends will be your destination. So let's keep it going. I'll give you a couple more exercises to work with. I want you to think and write out your thoughts. So I hope you got that pen and that paper. I had asked you to gather. If not, take a second, go get it, right? Or listen to the replay. You can always push replay here, right? The first one, reflect on your relationships. Again, you got to create a relationship reflection list, right? Who around you is adding to you? Who's taking away from you? Who do you need to spend more time with? Who do you need to spend less time with? You got to understand these things, right? Number two, who supports your growth? Who resists your change? See, now I'm going to share this with you, and I don't know if for those of you who have started something and started telling your family and friends about it, and they said, "Oh man, who do you think you are? You can't do that." But yet they don't have anything to show what they've done in the last 2 to 3 years or even longer or ever. They're going to tell you what you can and can't do. See, the creator put it in your heart, put it on your mind, right? Those everybody has gifts. And when your gift starts to bubble, you know what? Stay away from trouble, right? When that gift starts to bubble, you got to take it and run with it, right? So when you start, you got to know who's resisting the change in you, right? So you got to start separating yourself from them because they're going to hold you back, right? Who should you reintroduce yourself to? Right? There's some people around you who are going to truly support you. They may not and probably will not be your family or your friends that you don't even know yet. Your true worth is not in your current circle because if it was, you'd already be where you needed to go or where you're trying to get to. So you got to go out, go forth, young man, go forth, young lady, and find out who you're supposed to be, your true destiny, because it's not where you're sitting at right now, right? So we're talking about some stuff here. Who should you reintroduce yourself to? And then, of course, you got to get that gratitude reset. What are you really thankful for? Right now, it's getting ready to get cold. You got a roof over your head, the lights on, shoes on your feet. You're doing better than, man, I would say half the population on this planet. You got a roof over your head, you got electricity, and you got shoes on your feet. And I'm not even joking about that. You know, there, and I had to be reminded that every night at nightfall, 6 million, was it 30? Six, yeah, 60 million, 60 million people go to sleep without electricity. 60 million. That's twice, excuse me, that's twice the population of the United States. When it gets dark, there is no electricity, and they go to that's it, lights out, candlelight, fire, no electricity. 60 million people, no electricity. So when I ask you, create a gratitude reset, if you got a roof over your head, electricity, and shoes on your feet, you're doing better than more than half of the population on the planet. So let's talk about boundaries in the blueprint. You got to create it. Like I said, I got an absolute not list. You will absolutely not X, Y, and Z with me because you will find out, right? Create one boundary that protects your energy for 2026. And I don't care what it is, just get a boundary. You will absolutely not tolerate no nonsense. You will absolutely not tolerate uh procrastination. Set yourself up. Set yourself up so that you can move yourself forward. Okay. I need to know. Sometimes expansion needs separation. Not everyone is meant to go with you to your next season. I need to know out there. Put a comment in the chat down there. Put a comment in the down below. Who do you not need to take with you into your next season? If you agree with that, put my next season in the comments. My next season. You're looking forward to that. Just put it in the comments. My next season. right? Because everybody can't go with you. Everybody that came with you can't go with you. I learned that a long time ago. And that's in every area of my life. And it should be every area of your life. You need to understand that because sometimes, the weight of pulling others into their futures is more than you can carry. Just the load of yourself getting up, doing what you need to do on a daily basis. Now, some people you just need to help, right? Your children, your family, your immediate tribe, right? And I like to say that, your immediate tribe. Just not everybody's your family. And we're gonna have to talk about that one day too. You got relatives, but you don't everybody don't have family. And I'm keeping that 100, right? Sometimes family is just a term that people use at picnics and funerals. And that's sad to say, but those people are just relatives. They're not family. And you got to know who they are, right? So let's keep this thing moving. Not everybody that comes with you can go with you. So here's some practical and clear rebranding strategies for personal and business growth. So we're going to talk about rebranding, right, in the business side. Rebranding isn't reinvention; it's repositioning. So I hope you got that. It's not reinvention. You don't want to like throw away the baby in the bathwater. You don't want to do that, right? You want to take that baby and spruce them up a little bit, right? You want to, give them a bath, right? You want to comb their hair and put a new outfit on, right? It's still the baby. It's still the baby. You just need to show that baby a little bit more love. Teach the baby some new things so that the baby can actually start its personal growth and start doing some things on its own, right? So you don't have to mind the baby so much. So that rebranding is really what that is. So here are some practical clear rebranding strategies I need you to take a look at, right? Ask yourself why rebrand? And the whole idea here is to stay relevant. When you ask yourself why to rebrand, it's to stay relevant. It's to reflect on your growth and realign purpose with presentation. It's everything to the development and the upscaling of your business. So you can remember every major brand that you can think of has gone through a rebranding. Coca-Cola, Nike, um, Skechers. I can remember when this particular brand came out. It was like, oh, you could just slip them on, right? Now they've got footwear for every season. They got footwear for every style. And guess what? That rebranding, they're selling. If Skechers can do it, if Nike can do it, if Cornflakes could do it, you can too. Let's keep this thing moving, right? So, why rebrand is to stay relevant, reflect growth, and realign purpose with presentation. So, here's a life rebrand I want to share with you. You want to start with some new routines. So, the moment you start with new routines, people say, "What you doing that for? What's going on with you?" Right? You start a new workout routine, right? You change up some clothes. You start smelling good, right? You start smelling better. Like, oh, what's up? What's up? That's a rebrand, right? You get some fresh new gear, you start looking good, you start standing up straight. People are like, oh, what's going on with them? Right? Got your hair did, your nails done. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's good stuff. So you start some new routines, you got some new energy, you got a new image, right? Number two, upgrade your communication. I'm gonna tell you, I'm in the process of doing that myself. Guess why? Because we all can upgrade. We can always do better. And I told you, I've got some things that I want to deliver for you, for the people, for myself, for your families, for your businesses. I've got to upgrade my communication, clarity of vision, clarity of goals, clarity of the mission, so that we can all benefit from that. Right? You know what? And not only in my delivery, but how about with you, how you speak about yourself and your goals. A lot of times we don't see ourselves as that future person or that future brand. And right, we got to convince ourselves that that's where we're going. So it's got to come out your mouth. It's got to start up here with clarity of vision. Start believing what you're saying about yourself, about your business, about your offering, your service, and start delivering on that. That's what this is all about, because that's your goal, is to deliver your personal brand, the better you in 2026. So you got to upgrade your communication. Then you got to update your online profiles to reflect your vision to 2026. Everybody's got Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, some chat profile or something. Your teams at work, your Zoom. Get those images. Get a new headshot, right? Put on some of your best duds and that that rebranding, of the new routines. Put on that new shirt. Put on some new smell good. Get your hair, your nails did. Brothers, get that shape up. I listen. You know, get it right and get it out there, right? Because that's how the belief starts. That's how it begins to take root, right? They say if you want good fruit, you got to have some good roots. So you got to start getting it on the inside, right? So you reintroduce yourself uh, uh, to to your audience, right? So once you update your online profiles, right? Hey, they're going to see you, right? So now this is going to jump over from the life brand to the business rebrand. You got to start clarifying your core message. That's that communication I was talking about. So now, not only do you want to be able to communicate who you are becoming, you also want to communicate what those products and services are and what they're going to do for you and for your customers, your clients, and in those services that you're going to be providing. I'm telling you, I'm going to get these the legacy framework ebook and course materials together so that you can have these at your disposal. That's my goal, right? I'm going to get it together, and so that you can hit a button and have access to all of the insight, all of the strategies, the tips, to financial literacy and intelligence that you will need to go forward, and the mindset. Right, there's a whole host of books that I plan on putting together, budgeting material, everything across the board, right? And then when we start having these interviews coming soon with these other business professionals and insight leaders, hey, you're going to be able to grab that information from them, what their offerings as well, so that you can also leverage their information to get your mind and your money right. So this is what it's all about. So that business rebrand, you're going to clarify your core message. What problem do you solve and how? And right now, right? So that's really what it's all about, getting your services and your products right. Then you're going to refresh your visuals, your logo, your image. You're going to look at those colors. Do they need to brighten up the colors of your logos, your images, and even your website? Okay, and then you're going to want to be able to create a new offer or service that reflects your evolution. I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. If I do not give you all that I am in stages and as in a timely manner, I'm not doing the job that the creator put me here to do. And that's to serve and to give back to you freely, right? The information without you having to do all the work. That's the goal. That's the mission, is to provide clarity of purpose, clarity of growth, clarity of scaling. I'm going to provide so much information to you. And I want you to be able to do that for your customers, you provide services and products to your audiences. That's the goal here, right? And so you got to find out who you are and how you can help. That's truly the mission, right? So this is a quick rebranding framework I call the 4 R's. Okay. You're going to reflect, refine, reposition, and reintroduce. Okay. I hope you got those pens and those papers out. These are the 4 R's of rebranding. This is a quick framework. You're going to reflect, refine, repurpose, and reintroduce. All right. When to reflect it, you're going to audit what's outdated and no longer fits. Right. You got to look inward to your personal brand, your offers and your services, and see, is it still delivering value added content, services, or products to your audience and your customers, your consumers. Is it still doing what it's set out to do? Right. So if speaking in terms of laundry detergent, is the brand that you're using still getting you the collars clean? Is it still making the whites whiter of white? If it's not, then guess what? You got to switch brands, and or you got to improve your product and service. So that's the simple of reflecting. You got to audit your products and services, because if it don't fit, they say you must have quit, right? That's some old stuff right there, right? Then you got to refine, simplify your message and visual identity. Get right to the point with clarity of vision, so that people understand. Hey, they said a lot of times when you talk to people, you got to speak in terms of fifth grade language, so that it cuts through the noise, because there's so much noise. Not that the people are less intelligent, it's just there's so much noise out there, right? From all these people trying to grab your attention. You just got to speak straight with clarity, simplicity. Hey, I can do this for you. I can help you get your mind and your money right. Hit that subscribe button at Legacy Insights Podcast. Take that financial quiz, scan that code, get your mind and your money right. That's how this thing works. Then you're going to refine, reposition, align where the market and your audience are heading, right? So the people are always shifting. Markets are shifting. Consumer products are always shifting. People are their needs grow. They don't really shrink. It's just that the way they receive the new information becomes the newest link. So a lot of times people used to use what? The newspaper or MapQuest. Now people are using their cell phones and Google Maps. Right now they've got all kinds of devices that will get the job done. You've got to bring your devices, services, products to that those delivery distribution avenues. That's what you have to do. You've got to upscale and reinvent your products and services and reposition them so that they're where your market is that's where you're going. And then you got to reintroduce, relaunch with intention through storytelling. Like I said to you, for 2026, I'm upscaling. I'm getting out of this box, right? I'm upscaling my delivery. You're going to see a whole new landscape when it comes to dealing with the Legacy Insights podcast. I am so excited about the future, and I want you to be too. I want you to be excited about what 2026 is going to bring to you. Get out there, rebrand. A strong rebrand isn't about new colors, it's about a new conviction. Stay committed, stay consistent in your journey to building a better legacy for yourselves, your businesses, your families, for the shade of the tree that you're planting now that you'll never sit in. Right? That's what building a legacy is all about. That's what this show's all about. That's what I'm here to do, is to give back to you, my community. All I all of you have to plan brand alignment weekend before the year ends. I'm telling you, you got to plan the brand alignment weekend. So, like, take the time to sit down, get clear your mind, so that you can get this rebrand started. Like I said, episode 20, you got to reset, rebrand, to expand. And before you can expand, you got to contract inside. So expand is external, contract internally, get that clarity of vision, get rid of some of that junk that's all around you, that mind fog, the wrong people. Get some right people in there to replace the bad people. I'm going to tell you, there's more bad mojo around you than you really realize. You get rid of that mojo and you bring in a few positive people that's going to recharge your whole life in your strategy and your rebranding so that you can expand in 2026 and do that this coming weekend, right? We launch every Sunday night at 7. Go out there this week, start thinking about it, getting those juices flowing. I got you. Hope you got those pens and paper out, writing these tips and tricks down, these strategies down, so that by next weekend you got that brand alignment all together and where you're going to go and how you're going to execute. So here we go. This is where the magic happens, expanding and building for the future. My goal is to inspire forward movement and long-term thinking. See, I'm telling you, the Legacy Insight is a resource for you to tap into, right? My last episode, lock in so that you don't have to clock in 2026. Go back and read it. Lock in with me. Tap in, right? This information is priceless. Get those pens and paper out, write down these concepts, these strategies, and then take them to the next level. If you don't know, hit me in the comments. Michael, listen, we need to get together. We need to talk about this some more. I'm here for you. DM me, right? I'm telling you, 2026 is going to be a whole nother level, right? This this past weekend, we were talking about the next chapter, right? Rebranding is the next chapter, right? Oh man, this is awesome. This is so awesome, right? So this is where the magic happens in the expanding, right? So expansion doesn't mean just more; it means better. It means better. I need you to focus on the depth over the width. Got to go deep. You got to go inside, right? You can't again, you can't expand without contracting. So that means you got to go inside, find out what's working, right? Build stronger systems, not just new ones. Man, I talked about that leading up to this. You want to build stronger systems, going deeper, not wider, because wide doesn't help you. Like even like the algorithms in social media now, they're not worried about how many views or how many subscribers. They're looking at engagement now. How long are you keeping someone's attention? How long are you providing value? Are the people that listen to you, are they getting what they need to keep coming back? That's my goal, is to give you what you need. My wish for you is to have your wish come true. And if I can do that, then man, I'm done my job. I'm doing my job, my responsibility in the Legacy Insights podcast. It is truly an honor to be here. So I'm going to keep it going. I need you to focus on going deep. I need you to focus on stronger systems, not just new ones. What areas of your life and your business are ready to multiply? Ask yourself that. What's your assets and your liabilities in your business? What's your strongest products? What's your strongest sellers? What's your weakest ones? How can you improve on them? Right? What can you do better on your sales and your marketing, on your outreach? I said your net worth, your I'm sorry, your network is your net worth, right? How can you build better systems to engage your network, right? You don't need everybody. You just need the people who need what you're helping them with, right? Because see, we all have a gift, and I tell you, we got to share it with the world, right? So I'm going to suggest some expansion tools for you. You got to automate repetitive tasks. So how can you do that? There are tools out there that will do that. Go high level, right? There are tools out there. Um, the CRMs. You want to go into those CRMs and see which one affordability, reach, um, technical knowledge, and can you handle that type of technology? How deep is your ability to handle the technology to do things? I'm in a group now where some people they're challenged by the technology, right? So find a college kid, automate your systems, go on Fiverr, go out there, find the avenues that are going to allow you to do what you need to do. They're there, right? You want to collaborate strategically. Who's in the lane that is like a side service or product that you're doing? So if you're in your food, you need somebody who's in the delivery business, right? How are you going to get more of your product to the marketplace? Guess what? You need a better delivery, a delivery service, right? You need better cash processing, right? You need a better marketing agency or person, a better website creator. Those are the types of things that you looking to do, right? And then you got to monetize your message. For those business people out there, how are you going to monetize your message? Start with the course, launch the service, or build a community. These are things for businesses to grow, right? These are the foundational steps that you need to take, and then once you get them started, is how you start to expand. Right? This is about getting your mind in the right for 2026. For those of you who are just starting out, this is the launching pad. Those of you who have started some things and kind of let them fall off because you've got the burnout going, this is your launching pad, right? This is the reset, the rebrand to expand in 2026, episode number 20 of the Legacy Insights podcast. So, expansion begins when you start managing your peace like your profits. See, again, that's that reset. You got to have peace. You got to have alignment so that you can move forward. And if you're managing your money, you got to manage your time. You got to manage your time. You got to manage your peace of mind. It's all related. It's all interconnected. You've got to have peace of mind. You got to manage your finances. You got to manage your time. That's what it is. So, in closing, I got a challenge for you. I want you to reset your mind, rebrand your identity, and expand your impact. Okay. So if you've been taking notes, you've got the formulas. You've got the formula. You got what it takes. If you've been taking notes, and if you didn't take notes, hit the rewind, hit the replay button. Right. The Legacy Insights podcast is all here. It's all for you. And I want you to invite your audience, your friends and family, to rebrand and step up to take the challenge for 2026. Use the hashtag, right? Use the hashtag in the bottom there. Hashtag rebrand. Hashtag reset, rebrand, and expand. Look at the hashtags. Hit those. Throw them in the comments. Right? Like I said, I want you to tap in with me. I want you to be able to know that I'm here for you, whatever it may be. I need you to tell me what it is that you like about what you hear, what you want to hear more of, what you don't want to hear no more of. Right? I need the comments to come in. Right? I need you to, as guests, to participate in your own growth, participate in your legacy building. That's what this show is about. So I want you to remember this, legacy builders. Your future is waiting on the decisions you make today. So you got to start right now. This is like the time value of money, man. You got to get started right now. You got to listen, get ready right now. So This is where we close out. Go to the Legacy Insights podcast on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, scan that QR code, um, take that financial overview, get your mind and your money right. This is Moving Money Mike, and I want to thank you for the privilege of your time because really, you could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to spend it here with me on our show, getting our mind and our money right. And with that, thank you for your time. Have a good evening.